I'm Sabrina Samuels, your lifestyle, etiquette, and relationship coach. You know, life is really beautiful when we make it that way. So let's get started. Welcome back to my show. I'm Sabrina Samuels, and I thank you for tuning in. You're fabulous. Never forget that. And with hard work and perseverance, we will continue to see each other move forward and at the top. I tell you, it's another day, another beautiful experience in life, because I choose to make it that way. How about you? I had a real nice question, and I thought I'd try to answer it. And the young lady asked me, how do you establish good friendships? How do you establish good friendships? And I had to think about that, because I'm at the age now where I don't really look for friendship. And the friendship that I've had over the years, I try to cultivate it and keep in touch as best I can. But I need to do better. I think I need to do better. I tend to love being by myself. I tend to love exploring life and nature. I love that kind of energy. And I need to let myself relax a little bit more and socialize more with people. So I hope that I can answer this young lady's question, because I need to work on that myself. Friendship is something. You know, it's real different. When I was young, you could establish friendships and you stay friends for years and years and years. Nowadays, it's really hard to make friends because people are so divided in their thoughts and in the way they do things and their lifestyles. It's really difficult. You know, the strangest thing happened. I was pondering on this, and all of a sudden I look out my window and there's a beautiful lady on the back side of our home. I guess the front looks like the back and the back looks like the front. And I don't know if she was trying to find the front door, or she was lost. She was lost because she was going to another neighbor's house. And this home can tend to be a little confusing because we're on like a hill. So she walked to the front, and we have a winding staircase to lead you up to the door. And most people, they don't want to walk that staircase, and I don't blame her, because I wouldn't have wanted to walk it either, but she did, and she handled that business. So we met each other, and it was I don't know, it was just beautiful. And we introduced each other. She was at the wrong house, of course. And I said, well, there is a new family that moved 2 doors down. Perhaps that's the home you're talking about, because I know they're new here in the community, and they've had, company over. So I just, thought it might be them. So the young lady, I asked her to step in so that she can, call the neighbor. And come to find out, the lady who came in, she lives in this community too. And I said, well, I'll be, and her energy was so good. Just had a beautiful energy. And so she called the neighbor, and the neighbor said, oh, she's 2 doors down. So everything, got worked out, which is really wonderful. So we exchanged goodbyes, we exchanged numbers, and I said, well, you know what? I'm going to have you all over. Yeah. She said, I'll let her know. I said, okay, very good. So shortly thereafter, my husband came in, and I told him, I said, you know what? What a pleasant coincidence. And I explained to him what happened. And I said, and we were looking for nice people to become friends with, socialized friends, not ace boon coon friends, because we're at the age now where that just doesn't happen, at least as far as I'm concerned. But, nice people you can talk with, you can have a good conversation with, perhaps go to different plays or different functions. So I thought that was so nice. Look at God. Someone asked me for that information. I faithfully try to ponder on the thought, think about it, put myself in that position, and I meet a new person in the neighborhood who could possibly be social friends with myself and my husband. She's married. The new people down the street, they're married. And I thought that was so wonderful. So never give up, to that young lady who asked me that question. Never give up on meeting new people, finding new ways of making friends, because God sometimes just makes things happen. That was called a coincidence as far as I'm concerned. And it was a beautiful coincidence. So I'll let you know as time goes on how that relationship with these two beautiful ladies and their husbands and my husband, how it works out. But friendship is something that should be treasured, whether it's just social, whether it's a deep friendship and you've known each other for years. It should be treasured and never abused, especially if you've known each other a while. Don't assume you can just say and do anything because you're friends with someone. Don't think that you can just step on people's feelings and think it's all right because you're friends. When you become of age, you respect one another. You respect each other's boundaries. You have to do that in a marriage, so of course you have to do it for friendship. Respect each other's boundaries. Respect each other's thought pattern. And, pull the best out in each other. Don't be jealous or insecure about each other's success or what one has the other doesn't have, because what's for you will get to you, and what's for someone else will get to them. So find the good in a relationship, a friendship, an acquaintance. Pull the good out. And you don't have to get so close that you get into each other's business. I think that's one thing that messed people up today. You want to get too close into each other's business. See each other for the good that you can bring out of each other. Enjoy that experience and then move forward. So I hope that answers that young lady's question. I'm learning how to reestablish myself in friendship now. But I'm glad to know that life can sometimes bring you joy and you don't even know it's coming. Whatever joy that might be, hold on to it, enjoy it, and ask God to allow it to grow into something that is beautiful, that is something that is fulfilling. And I hope that answers her question. Until next time I see you, I'm Sabrina Samuels, wishing you love, peace, happiness, and our Heavenly Father God, His divine order. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye now.